The right word may be effective, but no word was ever as effective as a rightly timed pause. That's a quote by Mark Twain. I felt that it was very appropriate for the conclusion of our course. I feel it very much shows all the little factors that we learn that can contribute to a successful speech and to really help us in being successful in our speaking and listening. So for my distance learning conclusion experience for public speaking, I am going to be starting off talking about my experience and then about my least favorite and favorite assignments from the course, as well as some advice that I would have, and my thoughts on e-learning. So I'm going to start off by talking about my experience. Some of the things that I felt that worked very well throughout the course were the use of the online templates for the keyword outline, as well as the student speech examples. I felt they gave good insight into what the expectations were for many of the speeches, and they really helped us to stay on track as far as an outline. A few other things that I felt were very effective were the syllabus pace. I felt that it was nice that people could work at their own pace, whether they were quicker or they needed more time. We were able to work at our own pace and still know when the assignments would be due and what was expected to be due. Some things that I think we could have maybe worked on a little bit or focused on more, primarily I would like to say, would be discussion forums. I felt that the e-learning assignments were not as effective or influential as discussion forums with our peers may have been. I felt that we could have gotten more constructive feedback from our peers rather than doing the textbook work in the e-learnings. The quizzes I did feel were very effective. However, I felt that concentrating on our feedback of what we were doing during our speeches would have helped to take the criticism and to really just work with that as constructively as we could. So now I just want to talk a little bit about my favorite and my least favorite assignment during the course. Favorite assignment would have to be a tie between the infamous and famous speech, as well as the persuasive speeches. I felt that both of the topics, both of the speeches, really allowed us to take something that we were excited about, something that we were interested in, and to really develop our enthusiasm into our speech. I felt it made inexperienced speech givers a little bit of comfortability in giving the speech because it was something that we were excited to talk about. Least favorite assignment actually wouldn't be one of the speeches. I really think that all the speeches helped me to develop, and whether or not I did well on them or I needed to work on certain different factors, I felt that my least favorite assignment was not one of the speeches, but rather it was the WAC assignments. I feel that I could have personally grown more by having discussions with my fellow peers rather than analyzing myself. I would have liked it if they could have analyzed my work rather than and necessarily analyzing, but working on something through a discussion I felt would have been more proactive for me as a learner. Now I just want to talk a little bit about the e-learning aspect of everything. I felt that it was actually really, really great for a public speaking course to be taking this online. I think it was very effective in that at the end of the day, I definitely feel that I've taken a lot from this course. It's attributed to a lot of my confidence in public speaking, and I hope that it can attribute to everyone else's as well. Even in the workplace, during interviews, just having that confidence and, relaying on your speech patterns. I am consciously trying not to say the word every 5 minutes because that is one of my criticisms for my speeches, and I understand how frustrating it is to hear someone else do it. But then to understand that I do it is something that I'm proactively trying to change in myself, and I think that's a great thing. I've definitely taken something out of the course. And the e-learning experience itself, I feel, is very beneficial in the public speaking light because we're able to watch our speeches and we're able to learn from visually seeing what we're doing incorrectly. So I think that's a great tool rather than going up, doing a speech, being nervous in front of all these people, and then, not remembering what you did, just being told, well, this is what you did. I think you can grow more by being able to visualize yourself doing things that you may have excelled in or that you may need to work on. So I think that's a great tool, and for that to be, something that we can utilize, I think it's fantastic. So aside from the e-learning, some of the advice that I would love to give to someone who may be planning on taking the course would just be some of the things that I neglected at some points, and I would have loved to invest more of my time into. And it really comes down to time management. So just making sure that you're very well prepared for your speeches, that you're really developing your outlines, that you're really doing your research, because all your confidence and your credibility comes from your research and your ethos. I feel that it's extremely important when you're doing the persuasive and the informative speeches to really be well researched and to have your credible sources, so that way you can be a credible speaker. And in being a credible speaker, you are being a fantastic, good public speaker, and you're going to have an active listening audience. So that being said, to sum up my course experience, I think it was fantastic. I really enjoyed this semester. I've definitely learned a lot and taken from it. Through the favorite assignments and the least favorite assignments, I've grown, and I'm able to look back at everything and say, these are the things I need to work on, these are the things I think I excel in, and I think it's a phenomenal experience, and I hope that everyone was able to take something out of the course, and have a wonderful summer, everyone. Thank you.